Everyone to my channel Space Remote Sensing and GIS, and today I am going to show you a very interesting topic of recent the incident which has happened in Ethiopia. Okay, so Hayli Gubbi volcano, which is erupt after 12,000 years, okay, which is basically sending 14 kilometer of ash plumes, okay, eastward direction it is actually moving. This ash is actually traveled over the 4,000 kilometer towards the India, and it was a very big rising concern about the flight safety. Okay, so volcanic ash can causes the engine failure or corridor of the aircraft and actually unpredictable, and onboard radar is actually necessary, okay, for this actual analysis. So I will show you few informations about this so that you can understand. See, this is the Ethiopian volcano which is actually blast. Okay, so if you go in images, okay, so these are the images, few images which you found very easily over the Google. Now I will come how we are going to see the live view from the satellite, okay, and how we can do the analysis, and what are the initial judgment we can do with this kind of incident when it is happened over surround your locations. So very first is we will go to the Sentinel data browser. Okay, so you can open the Sentinel browser. Let's wait for the browser will open. Yeah, so it is open over here. So first thing, you log in with your ID and password. I already log in. Okay, so let it become. Okay, so now you have to search the locations where this is actually happened. So the name of the volcano is Hayli Gubbi, Ethiopia. So this is just, you click on the search over here. Now this is the locations, you can understand this is the locations where this incident is actually basically happened. So now if you want to see first thing, okay, so first thing which I want to see that is the plumes. Okay, like see, there is a different kind of analysis when there is a volcano. Okay, so there is a different kind of analysis we are doing. One is the plume detections, and from the plumes we basically try to detect the sulfur dioxides. Okay, so that is what we are targeting first. Okay, the second analysis which will be going to go for the damage based analysis means what are the freshly burned area, or what are the area is actually affected. Okay, so that is based on a different kind of satellite data which is available. Either go for the multispectral or go for the SAR. So today I will going to show you the different types of data what are available in multispectral, what is in the SAR, and the few processing techniques over it. Okay, now if you see this, okay, so this is very interesting. Like if I go with the dates, okay, so first I will going to search the dates. Okay, so whatever the available dates will be there for this particular satellites to come. So let's wait for this, it will going to load. So as of now you just see this is actually loaded, but this is for the Sentinel-2. Yes, we can download the Sentinel-2 also. I already downloaded. I will show you over these locations how the situation is actually there in this particular locations. But first thing is we have to understand the plume. Okay, so how the plume is coming, okay, and how it is actually. So plume detections is possible from the different satellites. Okay, so that is basically the Sentinel P5. So how we're going to change the sensor over here. So just remember, like if you want to see this initially, this is called visualization tool. Okay, so we can visualize the present condition with the live satellites. So here we need to change this particular satellite observations. Okay, like here Sentinel-2 which is selected by default, so we can go in the down and select the Sentinel P5. Okay, so once you target the P5, then the SO2 from the particular volcanic eruptions, okay, the SO2 concentrations is very high, so that will come out. So let's wait, this image will load. So once you select that, then you need to select the dates again from here. Okay, so select it. So whatever the available dates will be there, so it will show you. Now you see that is clean, there is nothing will be there. Okay, but because it's 28, the incident will happen on 25th. So let's see what is the condition on 25th. So in that case, if I click the 25th over here, so let's wait for the results to come. Okay, so and then we will going to understand the scenario where, okay, So this is the scenario which will be seen on the 25th. Okay, so this is the place where the Sudan, and this is the area or the Ethiopia where this actually situation is happened. So earlier it was zoomed so much, so that may not visible so anything, but here you can see the clear indication of the plumes. Okay, but this is a condition of the 25th. So you want to see the 24th, what is the conditions, then again go to this location. Okay, and this select the date of 24th, and see this is how it is started. Okay, and how it is from the Ethiopia, how the huge amount of plume goes toward the towards India. Okay, so now if I go with the 23rd, okay, so see the conditions how it will actually change. Okay, so let it be loaded. Okay, so see this is how the area, the locations where this is actually going to start. Okay, so this is nothing is there in 23rd. Okay, or you can say just concentrations over here we are founding. Okay, now just when you click from 23rd to 24th, this is the conditions which will come up. Okay, and 24th to 25th if you go, so it will already crossed the India. Okay, and it is moved to almost the China. So now if you go with the 26th, okay, so you see it is already crossed the China and move towards like that locations. So this is the way the initial judgment you can do over this. Okay, and suppose I already downloaded this data, so if you want to download, just go in a find the products. Okay, from the current view. Okay, just like this. Okay, if you go this. Okay, so let's wait for the few minutes. So see, this will be the data sets which will going to show you. Okay, so you require 2-3 data sets to mosaic for this. So whatever the data sets you want to see, so suppose click on this, so it will going to show you, and then simply click on download. So that is what I already downloaded, which I will going to show you. Now there is another data sets. Let's see with the SAR images. Okay, how the condition it is. So for that you can come back to the visualizations. Okay, and you want to see suppose the similar conditions over the 24th, okay, or 25th, whatever the data sets which is available. So first is you have to change the you can say the sensor, okay, from this to Sentinel-1. Okay, so now we have to location, it should be very precise, because this case we are going in a precise locations. So this is the precise locations which you can find over these locations. Okay, now how we will going to see what is the in the SAR how it is coming. Okay, so in that case we have to select the dates. So see, there is a 2 dates are available before, one is before, one is after, and it should be cover your area, because it's 26, it's not covering, okay, your location. So go for the 25th. So this is the after incident. See, this is the your volcanic area, and it is perfectly visible over this. And the similar one here, you will, in RGB maybe you will not understand much. Okay, but if you go in a suppose VV decimal gamma. Okay, so just see this. Okay, so that you can understand in VV band it will be much highlighted over that particular locations where it is incidents is actually basically happened. Okay, let's wait for this will be loaded, then I will go to show you the location so that you can understand the changes over this particular place. So this is how it is come. So now if you zoom little bit over these locations, okay, so this is your that Mount Hayli Gubbi. Okay, you see in orange it is clearly mentioning you. Okay, so you need not be confused on this particular case. Okay, so now why I am just going to little bit of zoom so that you can understand the scenario. Okay, so this is how it is after conditions. Okay, so now what is the changes if you want to understand. Okay, so you may not understand by this one side of images, so we can go for the another time. Okay, so for this you just come here and change the date. Okay, so from the 25th we have to see what are the available dates will be there. See, it is showing the 18th is available for this location, so simply select the 18th and see the condition. Okay, so this is the conditions of the before the eruptions will happen, and this is the conditions you can say there's a after the eruptions will happen. Okay, so this is the way you can understand the scenario. Okay, now I will move. Now you have to download this before and after images. Very easily you can do. Okay, as I showed you, like suppose first 25th after incident you want to download, so simply go to the found product. Okay, and here it will show you that data, that product directly. So you need not to search, like whenever we are giving some date, using the search button we are giving the date and we have to find out the parts. So this is the very easiest way you can identify the locations and time. Okay, and then simply click on download. Okay, I already downloaded it, I will show you, okay, directly over there. Okay, so the similar way you have to go to the visualize. Once it is done, okay, you can go for the previous date, go to the 18, okay, and then simply click on find products, and the similar way you download this also. Okay, so this is the way you can faster, means suppose there is an emergency response and you have to do some kind of analysis in emergency situations, so this will be the best way to do this particular technique. Okay, so now this is wonderful websites which Copernicus is actually created. Okay, so so that our work should be more precise, because we are checking this and it will be more faster. Okay, so like most of the time we are actually spending, the analysis is not that much taking time, because if you want to create the methodology it will not take time. Main problem is to searching the data, and this visualizations tools will help you to identifying and targeting your data very easily. So that is the main purpose why I am saying this informations to all, so that people who are working for disaster, so they can work it very easily. Now let's move to the ArcGIS Pro and the data which we already downloaded, so that I will going to show you first. Okay, so let's see with the plume. So very first, as you've seen here I am just already open the data sets of the Sentinel P5. So in this case, these data sets, if you want to open in ArcGIS Pro, so come to this layer. Okay, suppose I will just switch. So come to this add data. Okay, and then click on this multi-dimensional data sets. Okay, and here when you add the Sentinel P5 data, I will show you. This is the Sentinel P5 data. So which one is 25th? This is 25th data sets. Okay, so you have to check that which one is your data sets. Okay, so you select it. 25th, 24th. This is 24th. This is 25th. Okay, 24th will be the more precise information. So just simply click on OK. So now you see here very different types of products which will come up. Okay, so now what we want, that is a column. Okay, so Sentinel, you can say the column which will come up. Okay, so that we have to see. Okay, sulfur tiles oxide, the column, some it will be there like that. Okay, which I open it here, the product name. Okay, you see SSP product name is like this. So this is the way you have to select. Like if you don't select, if you select everything and open, so it will take huge time for open these data sets. Okay, so this is a column, total column density. Okay, so if you want to see the sulfur dioxide total column density, so select this product. Okay, and then simply click on OK. So once you do that, then you will see this is the way how we are getting the data, and this is the showing the basically the concentrations. Okay, like sulfur dioxide concentrations. So this is actually your location. You see Hayli Gubbi, this is the locations, and this is how it is spreaded at different locations. Okay, and this is the condition of 24th. I didn't open the 25th one. If you want, if you open the 25th, then you will see it will go towards the China, which I already showed you in a Sentinel P5 over the Sentinel websites. Okay, this is if you want to do the analysis, downloading the data and do the analysis in a desktop. So that is what the process which I showed you now. Now the next important thing is, suppose the SAR images, whatever the SAR images I have. So I just first thing we have to do, that is you come to the web. So you already built up one model. So that model basically I built up, I showed you in a before also, like usually we use to for the flood analysis. Okay, that particular model. So that is basically just to pre-process the SAR images, not to go for every time one by one steps processing. So you can make a model builder. Okay, and you can make it like this. Suppose this is called graph builder. So if you have the graph, so I already have the model to process the data. So that name I given as a flood, but because most of the time we are using working for flood. But here if you see, this model is basically to pre-process the SAR data sets in a much more faster way. It's a GID products which you already seen. So what we have to do, like if you just go here, you see it will, I just selected already the data and it is selecting it. So I use the calibrations, that's pickle filter and 10 connections, and finally I will go to linear to dB, and finally I will save this data product. So if I click run, okay, so this is the way I get this. This is the after incident data. So VV and VH both will be there. So VV is giving much better results than the VH. If we compare to the Sentinel, there also you can understand this thing very easily. Okay, now that's why as of now I process the both the bands, so that we can understand whenever it is required some work for the VH, so that we can use also. So like for some time flood is giving more better results for in the VH, but in this case VV is giving much more better results. So what we're going to do? So now I can do the processing in this here, but better is you can take it to ArcGIS Pro. Now you see I will come to the ArcGIS Pro, and here we have data to add these informations. Okay, so suppose here I have the VH, which I have to see which one is before and which one is after. So this is the before condition. Okay, so I will show you the VV. Okay, this is my VV, and suppose I just mask. Okay, so now here you have to search the location again. You just paste it here, not that. Okay, so I will just type that location name. So this is the location name which I will just paste it. So this is Hayli Gubbi. Okay, so if you click this, the locations will search. So best is find out the locations where it is the incident is actually happen. Okay, so that is the best way you have to find the locations. Okay, let's run the process and understand. So this is what I opened for the before incident, and now we can go with the after one. Okay, so I will just going to select the same locations. Okay, so and then the same bands, obviously. Okay, so the comparison, now you see the changes. Okay, so if I zoom this little bit, okay, so you see this is the location. Okay, so this is the locations which you will find out over here. So now it's clearly visible from your this one and this one, and how this area is actually changed. Okay, so now the first target is very easy. Like if you want to we want to extract exactly with this particular location. Okay, so now I am just going to clip this particular area. So my target area, so first is you demarcate which one is your before or is your after, otherwise we will confuse. AFTER, after. I am just selecting it, click on apply. Okay, so this is my after, and obviously this is my before, so I will go hit here and I can select it here like before. Okay, so click on apply and click OK. So now this is your after incident. Now the after incident, what we will do, we will just clip this location. So I will go here, process, and I clip the locations. So now my area will be more highlighted. Okay, and the similar you have to do for the before. Okay, so this is your before, so select it and then go to the image and clip it again. Okay, so this is your before and after. So now we have to consider this one for our analysis. Okay, so this is after and before. Now how we will target this location, this area, how we will extract? Very easy tool, okay, which I discussed before also, but just showing you how a single tools can help you to target a different types of informations, mostly the changes. Okay, so obviously this is a change detections tool, so wonderful tool which we can target using this particular tool. So how we'll do, so simply you can take the after one and take the before one. Okay, so once you do that, simply go to the next. Okay, so here what you have to do, that is simple, just go to the next. Okay, and then switch off this classify one and calculate the histogram to see the changes. Okay, so these are the areas, actually these are the areas which are actually changes is actually happen. Now what we'll do, we will take it to the next level. So we will just go to the run and we will get highlight over this area which will be giving or showing the changes. Now the best way is to understand what is the exact change areas. Okay, so for that you can change this stretch to the classify. Once you change this classify, so you will get in a good group. Okay, so here you can change this color pattern so that it will be more better to understand the changes. So see the red one which is actually clearly showing the change area. Okay, so now how will extract this exact thing? So to extracting the exact thing, you can go to the spatial analysis tool, come back to the spatial analysis tool, toolbox. Okay, and here you can use the map algebra as a raster calculator. Okay, so in the change direction tool, I will give the value which is greater than equal to, what is the value it is written here, 4.33. So just type 4.33. Okay, just enter it, click on run. Okay, so now once you click the run, so your area is extracted. Now how will extract this as a polygon? Okay, so to doing is very easy. So you can come here, go to the favorite, okay, again type raster to polygon, to polygon. Okay, now this is your raster to polygon. Click on the input of this, okay, and then simply click on run. So now it is creating everything as a polygon. So how will extract only that burn areas? So you can come to this, go to the selection by attribute. Okay, here you can search the grid code is equal to, suppose I select it as a 1. So click on apply, click on OK, and now just right click, okay, go to the selection and make it a layer from the selected features. Okay, that's all. So you can clear the selections, switch off these ones, and you see your burn area is perfectly extracted from your images. So if you change this one to color, so just remove this color, so this one as a no color, and make it, this is some burn color. Okay, so suppose I given this one and apply. So this is the areas. Okay, so how nicely it was extracted from your images. So if you want to see, this is a before image, and over that this is a burn. So now if you want to see the over the after image, and you see it will exactly match with your new burned area. So this is the, you can say, the changes in a surface. Okay, so that is identifying from the SAR images. Okay, so and that is how we can estimate the new burn area from the SAR images. Okay, and if you want to do the multispectral, you see I also seen you the multispectral, but the main problem with the multispectral, as you've seen here, so see this is a very clear image of the before incident, and this is the after incident. Okay, so that also the similar process, but here we have a little smokes. Okay, so in that case I have another video I prepared over the multispectral. Okay, so that you can go and check in the multispectral when you have the image. So how we are actually creating 3 different band combinations, like a band 12. Here also already I did that, band 12, band 11, and band 4. So these are the short wave infrared band combinations you have to create. Then the smoke effect will go down, and then you can estimate your analysis. So over the multispectral I already have the lecture, so go and check. And if you want to do the over the SAR, so this is the techniques how you have to follow. That's all from my side. So if you like the video, please share and subscribe my channels. Okay, and please give your comments on this video how you like it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much all.